Good evening. We All Gonna Die Wednesday is now in session. We're not dying fast anymore. We're dying tired. Not from one big catastrophic moment, but from 1,000 slow fractures stacking on top of each other. Another conflict flares somewhere far away till it's not. Another supply chain tightens. Another price ticks up. Another temporary problem that never quite goes away. And every day, the pressure ratchets just a little higher. Fuel concerns overseas, shipping lanes tested, nations posturing like it's still a game of chicken. But the stakes aren't theoretical anymore. They're logistical, they're economic, and they're personal. And here at home, people aren't panicking. They're exhausted. Exhausted from trying to keep up. Exhausted from pretending this is all normal. Exhausted from watching your system strain and being told everything's fine. Because that's how collapse actually feels. Not loud, not cinematic, just heavy. Like something's coming, but it's taking its time. Like the ground beneath you isn't giving out, it's just slowly sinking. And you start asking yourself, at what point does resilient just become worn down? At what point does survival stop looking like strength and start looking like endurance? Because this isn't about one event anymore. It's about the accumulation, the slow bleed, the constant wait. This is weary death. And if you're feeling it, you're not crazy. You're paying attention. Livingston Man, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Livingston, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hey Alexa, you know what day it is? It's We All Gonna Die!
Good evening and welcome to We All Gonna Die Wednesday. James, Michelle Law, Teresa Buchanan, Tiger, KP, Heathen King, Corso, Yardbirds, Michelle Law, Greenleaf, Michelle PW, OVP in the house, some random dude, what's good? Miko Wolf, good to see ya. Love and Life, what's happening, family? Southern Tier Prepper, K. Paul, thank you guys for the membership purchases, the donations. We see you, Dunkley, we appreciate you. Very first announcement of We All Gonna Die Wednesday in some time. It's been a while. William K's, what's good? Schmitty, what's happening? Blue Butterfly, TN, good to see you. Jules, what's up? So, very first bit of news is very first Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival in-person training event is scheduled. Livingston Man, it's scheduled. It's on the calendar. It's real. People have already gotten their foot in the door. Seats are limited to this event. first 24. I think we're down to 22 now. 22 seats available for first aid, CPR, AED, stop the bleed, and the Narcan training.
Did you share this event in the Facebook group?
Oh yeah, it's pinned. It's pinned in the top of the Facebook
there's
group.
That's how you can get there quick.
Listen, it's a public event, right? We're in the Hudson Valley. Travis Medic's headquarters is like the foothills of the Adirondacks. He's in Glens Falls, New York. So they call it Queensbury, but it's Glens Falls. Beautiful area, but foothills of the Adirondacks. So it's a little far north of the Hudson Valley, but great training. He has an amazing facility there. And if you are in any area in New York, that area especially, we have people in Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival Facebook group who are from all over the country, if not the world. So if you're in that area, there he is. Dunkley says, Livingston, your CPR expired. Uh-oh.
So did everyone I tried it on. It's a problem, Travis. I'm gonna need your help.
Yeah, they got to get that figured out. Hopefully you guys can figure something out. I know, listen, Travis Medic keeps your business in compliance. If your people need to be trained in CPR, AED, first aid, any of that good stuff, he can take care of all of that for you. All right. All of it. He sells and services AEDs and, all the equipment you would need to employ these skills. It's one-stop shopping, bro.
Yeah, My Medic affiliate, I do think. All this, yeah.
Yeah, and he's a great guy.
And he's a serial message redactor.
Listen, you are not supporting some big, giant corporation. You are supporting a local family-owned business who's trying to do their best to get the community as prepared as humanly possible. OSHA and MSHA as well. Thank you, Travis Medic. Appreciate you, my friend.
We should show our support for our own channel. We should drop some coin here.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's. Can you
button.
do me a favor? Could you look up strategicetc.com for me so that we can share this with the people here? Yeah. I know it's going to be weird. Oh, perfect. Nice. Boom. There it is. strategicetc.com. Go check them out. All of your medical needs. You can order direct rate from them. He's got an awesome new system for signing people up for this, right? There is a link that you click in there. You go there, you enter all your information, you pay for everything right there, and that reserves your seat. If you click the going button, it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to get a seat in the class. You have to actually go there, click the link, and pay for the class ahead of time. There's no pay in person or anything like that. They don't run cash registers. They teach CPR, okay? So food for thought. Get ahead of it. Get in as quick as possible. It's June 6th is the date of the class. It's a Saturday.
I'm going to interrupt you because he said he's not going to be here all night, so might give away a seat to the class, I believe is what that said.
Get what?
He wants you to give away a seat in the class.
Really?
That's what he said.
Get out of here.
I got to go back up there.
All
Don't
right.
till you see it. I won't be here all night, Mike, so give away a slot to the class, he said.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, I guess if you are in the upstate New York area and you...
Within driving distance of Queensbury,
New York. Okay. And you are interested in getting your first aid, CPR, and AED training, as well as stop the bleed and I believe the Narcan treatment thing. All that is included. Certificates in all of them. So you're gonna come home with the receipts, Livingston Man. You're certified for, I believe it's 2 years. Correct me if I'm wrong. Dunkley, let me know what time and day. It is June 6th, and it's going to be all day. I believe we start at 10 a.m. and it'll run right to 6 p.m. But you're gonna leave there with certs galore. Now it does take Travis some time to get everything into the computer and the certs actually emailed out to everybody. So give him a day or two. Not only is he working, but he's working. Yeah. So if you're in the area and you can be there June 6th at 10 a.m. in Queensbury, New York, and you can spend the entire day and take a medical class, give me a 1 in the chat, and we'll let Livingston Man decide who gets the magic seat, because he's the guy that makes all the decisions around here. Love that bell. So awesome. Eric M1RV says, so technically it's only 10 to 13 hours away. So technically in driving distance. Eric says 1. Jules says 1. K. Paul says 1. Southern Tier Prepper says 1. All right. Michelle says a little far north for me.
Is there anybody wants to hit the 1 button that's never done one of these before?
Yeah, well, I know. I don't know if K. Paul's done CPR, AED, first aid. I don't know if Jules has. I don't know if. I'm sure Eric has. STP, I'm sure, has had it in the past and probably just needs the refresher, the certificates. You know, they're perishable skills, guys. In all honesty, if you haven't taken a CPR, AED, first aid class, and you're somewhere else out in the great United States of America.
So, I mean, Eric it'd be a long drive for him.
Yeah, it'd be a very long drive for Eric.
After that, only 3 other people.
Yeah.
Hit 1.
Yeah, Jules is going to run. We call her the goose. She just flies right over that border like it doesn't even exist.
Canadian.
Yeah.
You just ruled yourself out. Shouldn't have dropped that.
TMI.
So it's between Southern Tier and K-Paul. All right. Let's play paper, rock, scissors. If I win, it's K-Paul. You win, Southern Tier.
That's some pressure, man.
Let's do it.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Yep. 3 shots. Best
Okay, is it rock, paper, scissors, then you throw it?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, throw.
Okay, all right.
Y'all seen it.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock.
If we get a tie 3 times in a row, it's over. It's like hitting double zero on the roulette. Okay.
Wait, we'll start over. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Got me. Okay, he's got 1.
1.
That was supposed to be scissors.
Yeah,
Crushed me.
I got 2. I got 2. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Southern Tier Prepper, congratulations. You have just won yourself a rock, paper, scissors seat to the medical class.
If we have to do it again, it's going to be bubble gum in a dish.
P is in for June 6th in Queensbury. STP, if you go to the link in my site, you can register there, and it's the link is there. And I guess you just leave a note and say, I won this on Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival's live stream. Thank you, Travis Medic. You're the most awesome guy ever. Then it will definitely probably work. We'll get it to you one way or the other, STP. I'll figure it out. I'll give you a shout. Oh no, he's getting the legal notebook. This is serious.
Yeah, I felt like I needed to listen. I don't have I didn't mean to sound as if I was had something like problem with Canadians. I just have a few grievances with the you know what? This is going to take a whole live stream in itself. But yeah. Anyway, congratulations, Southern Tier Prepper. We'll have a Canadians only night one time. We'll chill with the Canucks.
Yeah. Well, I know Canadians north of the border.
Do some hockey and
Jules
fuck
north
a
of the
boot
border.
a little bit. Yeah.
Be
fun.
Yeah. Some chips.
Yep. Flapping heads, beady eyes, the whole thing.
Yeah. A loony and a toonie, baby.
Head up to Toronto.
I sent you a beer koozie. Indeed, you did, Jules. Indeed, you did. You have it, don't you?
Yes. Not only do I have Made in America stuff, but I got Made in Canada stuff. I got Made in Australia stuff too from Black Star, who I miss terribly.
Yeah, Black Star. Good to see you. He hasn't checked in a long time. Hey, life gets busy. Life moves on. You have different priorities. You always the things you want, the things you need to do. Dunkley, thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you helping keep the community as prepared as possible. Get it done. James, get it done. Find a class, search it out, get it done.
Go to Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival Facebook group, and there's a whole event and link to it. And you can just
Rob
go there
Dobert, thank you so much for the donation, brother. Thank you. Really appreciate it, man.
Otherwise known as Rob from Florida, everybody.
From Florida. It's Rob from Florida.
The representative from Florida. Has
Donald Stone. Bro.
Is he?
That's what he says.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking
Live your
about.
life.
Listen.
Chief Dog, that manly bell was a gift from my good friend Johnny Preps. Some random dude says you got 2 streams scheduled.
If this is the thing that happened to us here.
We were trying to go live for like 5-10 minutes.
It confused us too. It's the one with the thumbnail. The other one has like a generic thing. Don't click the black and white one.
I don't know what's going on anymore, man. YouTube hates me. Hey, I was on Prepper Now last night. Yeah, it was a great conversation. We did like a little interview type live stream.
I like him because he's like so anonymous. Like he's got. Does he still have the Guy Fawkes thing? Yeah.
So just a picture.
You get pure thoughts and like just the pure story about it because there's no visual shit going on in the whole thing. Dude knows what he's talking about too.
Thank you, STP. You didn't have to do that, sister. Really appreciate it. Could you give that a heart, Livingston, man? You are in control of the mouse. The mouse.
It's got no tail. I'm proposing it's a hamster.
So, last night on the Four Horsemen podcast, the ceasefire was announced, like just before we went live, right? And I do believe the terminology I used was it could last 5 seconds, it could last 5 minutes, could last 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months.
It lasted about
45 minutes.
Yeah, 45 minutes. 5 minutes.
I don't even think it was that long. V was in the chat, and she follows everything like show intel. She's on it, right? If it's going on, she's going live and letting everybody know what's happening. And
chill out, Yardbirds. Is that actually you in your profile picture? I ain't seen your video.
Hey, when they're talking about the news and stuff, they're giving me my daily dose, man. I don't. Everybody on the TV hides behind a facade, right? Everybody you see on television are actors. Every movie you watch is an actor. It's somebody pretending to be somebody else. I'd rather hear it from somebody who's just trying to be themselves and have some anonymity, right? I mean, that's kind of cool. I don't have the anonymity, but I am myself. So, but to be yourself and be able to still live your private life and not have people come up to you.
Yeah, and you obviously.
If you work the right kind of job, man, you gotta
exactly.
separate.
You gotta navigate certain hallways.
Listen, man, not every place is friendly to what you are thinking about, doing about, and being about. So, there's a time and place for everything, right? Sometimes it's not the public time or place, and I'm sure he longs for the day when he can just turn the camera on and be a normal person and not be concerned that people might come after him literally because of where you work or what you do for a living, right?
Well, I mean, maybe he's just fucking ugly. Like, that's fine. Like, that's not even. I don't even care. I don't care.
Blue Steel, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
The other that person that we used to.
This one's on you, Blue Steel. Thank you.
We live stream with the cartoon avatar. Some people just ain't on it like that. Maybe they only put their hands in the video or stuff like this. That doesn't matter.
Whatever.
It's about
anonymity.
Content is what matters.
So much.
Unless you're making a video about cameras, and then yes, video quality matters.
Rob Dobert, you don't have to do that. Thank you very much, my friend.
So
appreciate you. He's trying to get to the call-in show. That's what he's doing. He probably said, how many times do I have to hit this button in order to call it? Because I want something to talk about.
And you know what that is, folks? That's a patriot right there. That's somebody who believes in the
Livingston
cause.
Man is trying to upgrade the desk. And I did.
Rob from Florida is basically willing to pay. How many super chats does he got to drop? 3 more.
I don't know. He's
willing
in
to
there.
pay like $30.
Look at him. He's in there. Yeah.
He's like,
he's got a set amount. He's trying to buy his way in.
He's like, I'm going to give you $30.
He said, just shut up and let me call. Good golly.
In all seriousness,
I bought a countdown clock so that we can structure the calls a little bit more and try to take more callers. But I do think that some folks, when they come on, they make extremely valid points, and that I believe the chat should be allowed to persuade us to keep them on.
I see.
Right.
You're
Longer,
talking about
like instead of the goals thing, what we could do
we're going to gone them
is
off unless you give us money.
Well, hey, you get your 5 minutes hate or your 7 minutes hate or whatever we decide the number to be, right? And then you can call in and get your time in to make your points. But if the audience is digging what they're saying and wants them to go deeper down the rabbit hole,
If the audience doesn't like him, can we charge them money?
no, best I can do is the 800 number, man. That's the best I could do. Paul Conroy says, set the clock permanently to 3 minutes to midnight. Well, this is a digital countdown clock, so it's like the detonator, you know. You hit the button, it counts down. But it is also a clock and a thermometer and everything else while it's not being used as a countdown clock. So I didn't want you to just have like this big thing full of zeros on the wall behind us that looked weird.
Sick.
But it's cool. I just didn't I forgot it tonight. I really did. I was in such a rush to, get home and pet the dog and let the dog out and feed the dog and then hop back in the truck and get here. Additional super chats to cut them off. Great idea, says Schmidt.
They start battling each other.
Listen,
becomes a bidding war to get him to stop. Let him cook. They're like, no, we're just drowning in money. Like, yes, this is a great business model. Yeah, we're doing it.
I dare you to cut Minnesota short. I don't know if I could do it. Robbie Dober, good to see you, brother. Thank you so much.
I could do it.
I don't know if I could. No.
Approaching the half-hour mark. Creeping Death, right? The Killer of Metallica songs. That was it. Weary Death. That's what it was. Not
Death.
Creeping Death. Creeping Death.
Weary Deaths. That the thumbnail.
Everything you said in your opening monologue was like kind of like spot on. It was exactly what it feels like. It's like, this is exhausting.
It is.
It's just, I get it.
It's got to be like what they want. Just everybody.
I know that
tired.
Nobody said that life was fair and fucking this, that, the other thing. I get, but also nobody bothered to mention that like it's not supposed to feel like you're bound to have an anxiety attack at any moment. Like the whole thing moves so fast. It's like, stop the world. I want to get off, dude. This merry-go-round.
Spinning the merry-go-round too fast.
It's out of control. Yes, and it's just, there's no rhyme or reason to it. This shit's broken and falling off. It's okay. You know what? I'm good with that. We got world leaders emboldened by the entire situation. They're seeing things like NATO, the United Nations, all these so-called safeguards of order and democracy or whatever. I know everybody hates our constitutional republic.
Thank you, V.
But they're seeing that these institutions are toothless. They ain't going to do nothing. They ain't going to stand up for nothing. Either can't, won't, or a combination of both. And so you have these people who are like, you know what? Ain't nobody going to fucking do nothing about it. Maybe they catch headlines, sure, and the whole world would be raw, changing their profile pictures about whatever it is. But at the end of the day, nothing's going to happen. Here is...
Let me ask you a question. Do you think there really was a deal cut with Pakistan, Iran, and the United States to cease fire shit. Do you really think that happened, or you think that's just what they tell us happened? And right now we had to stop because, you know, we low on ammo and need to gather our broken ass pieces and fix our shit and account for everybody right quick. You know, when you do stop till timeout and do the head count, bro. The fog of war is thick.
It's hard not to go there, okay? Because remember, like, you ever lie to your parents and they're like, you know, how can I ever trust you again?
Were you smoking in here? No.
How can I ever trust you again? You lied
can't.
to me, you know. But you know, you constantly lied to it. It's all in the name of national security and not letting our adversaries know what we're doing. But count yourself among the adversaries, because, like, if you are being lied to, well, then you are then considered an adversary. And this is where it gets a little philosophical, but that mindset's a little dangerous when you have governments who believe that basically anyone who dissents from them or doesn't agree with them is a proverbial enemy. Well, what happens when there's no foreign ones to go after anymore?
Blue Steel said they wanted to scoop up oil for cheap. On the announcement of that, the trajectory of oil was straight down. Straight down. People who were invested in oil lost their freaking shirts that day, right? You went from like, oh snap, it's like $115 a barrel to like $90.
Make no mistake, that $4 a gallon you're seeing at the pump now that you don't like, if we're lucky, it'll drop down to that after it goes higher. Make no mistake, it ain't never going down. If you have noticed the price of anything, it doesn't go back down. There's no return to normal because it's gone.
Oh, yeah, no, normal packed up its shit and left in 2020.
We already lost the truth, and now we have lost the concept of what even is normal. Apparently, normal is whatever is going on right fucking now. And the new normal will be whatever is going on tomorrow. And this speed that we're moving at, and this media cycles that move this fast, this attention span that is so short, is why everybody's... Not everybody, but you know what I mean? It's just you're frazzled, you're on your edge. You're like,
Well, that's how they want everybody.
Grumpy.
They want everybody on the edge of their seat and biting their fingernails, waiting for the next thing so that they can react, right? We can't be as preppers, we're proactive, right? If you've got extra shit in the pantry, you're proactive. If you've got a big box of Band-Aids in the cabinet in the bathroom, you're proactive. If you bought the big thing of hydrogen peroxide, you're proactive, right? A lot of people aren't. A lot of people only have limited resources, right? So those people, they kind of just keep their head in their sand, and they're struggling just to get by. Right, they ain't even got time to watch what the fuck is going on. All they know is I can't put as much gas in my car this week as I could last week because I still only have the same $40 to get back and forth to work. That money hasn't changed. They didn't give me no raise because gas went up, right? What's the solution? What's the solution in the end game here? More control over the people. And the grinding, and like I've been saying for years, they're squeezing out every penny. I've been saying for years, they're preparing for World War III. You should be too. I've been saying things for years, and some of y'all hear it. Some of y'all took it to heart. Some of y'all did the right things. But the normies, they're going to be normies. And save who needs saving, and screw the rest, man. You do what you can, you know? It's tough. It's tough. Like,
what do you do okay, what you keep?
So I'm watching COVID come ashore, right? You witnessed the frenzy I put myself into while I was watching this happen, and I would imagine that when the next freight train I see would be much the same, right? There was people who didn't listen to me, who put themselves in really shitty situations, and I wanted to help them out. So when I went, extra bulk shopping for myself, because I didn't know if this was the real deal or not early on, I was just watching what was happening in the rest of the world. And I was like, if they start talking that shit here, I'm going to be like ready. I can just crawl in the house, shut the doors, and if this thing's real and it's dropping people left and right, I don't even have to go outside. If this is some bullshit, then, well, I'm even better prepared than I was before. So I'm getting ready for this, and I'm telling my friend, I'm like, yo, man, you got the baby. Do me a favor. Grab some more diapers. Grab a little extra formula. Grab more wipes. Things like that. Grab it now. He's like, bro, you're crazy. Crazy. You all that prepared this shit, man. You're crazy. And then they were calling me, asking me how to hook up the hose thing to the toilet sprayer because they ain't got no toilet paper, right? So, you win some, you lose some.
You'll get that. It's the curse of Cassandra, I think they call it. Cassandra was some sort of oracle. She could see the future, but her curse was that no one would believe her, so she couldn't change anything.
Yeah.
It's a thing. You called nuts.
Jay Johnson says, as of 5 years ago, 60+% of Americans don't have $400 to their name, period. That's a real fact, and that's very easily verifiable fact. Jay Johnson, I totally believe
Post
you.
the link, bro. I need easily verifiable facts.
No, but I do.
I'm on
I
a
believe
live
that,
stream, brother. I
believe
can't
that,
just go look
I believe
it
that
up.
statistic, and I believe that's true.
We don't do that.
And I think that belt is tightening. If it was $400 5 years ago, now it's $100, man. Inflation has sucked it right out of everybody. The people on fixed incomes, I don't know. We're gonna have to start like funds for them, like legit. Maybe I will have to start one, in all honesty, because there's a lot of people that are going to need help from people who can help when the noose tightens further on our economy.
What is the solution?
I don't know.
Well, this is what I found is, and I've actually found like some clarity in this. I went from being all the different stages of grief I feel for my nostalgia of what America or whatever used to be. I found acceptance. This is going to sound pessimistic, but I wish that you would interpret it as optimistic. Everything you think is going to happen is going to happen. When they say it, it's going to happen. There's going to be a recession. There's going to be a war. There's going to be a plague. There's going to be all that stuff. It's going to happen because rather than sit back and watch it slowly burn in front of you until it catches fire and being infuriated by this, what I have done is just accepted that that's going to happen. And I'll just prep up for it and know in the back of my mind, it's not about I told you so or I knew this was going to happen. It's just I know it's going to fucking happen. And it was, I felt liberated. I was driving like around the farm on this little shit machine, just thinking about this kind of thing. And I was like, I felt like the clouds went away. I was like,
yeah,
stop being angry or disappointed or feeling a way about it.
Just get ready to deal with it.
And I felt like, seriously, like spiritually liberated.
Yeah, man. It's redeeming.
If you do not have, and I often, virtually always, turn to the philosophical, the mind, the why. Because if you don't have the mind and the why, you don't have anything else. You won't make it without it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong.
If you are your own first responder, knowledge weighs nothing and no one can take it from you. So on and so forth. All the little parables and fables and all that, you know?
I'm with you, OVP. He's going to sit on the porch, drink his coffee, and watch the world burn.
Basically.
Yeah.
With almost a sigh of relief.
Tiger, thank you so much.
With a sigh of relief.
Better
almost.
be good, though. Oh, good golly. No, we typically have some amazing callers here on the channel. Rob from Florida, who has officially bought his way into the show. I'm pretty sure that's what he was going for.
Right, yeah,
thank you, Rob. I really appreciate it, bro. You don't
I had
have
to
do
catch
that.
myself because I was about to be like, callers are reminded that this is other people's tax money, but actually Rob's like, it's my fucking money. I bought my spot.
Livingston, man, could you do me a favor and step one, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hey, Alexa, you know what day it is? It's We All Go Die!
You know the drill. The Hudson Valley hotline is now open. Call now for your free reading. Call now. What'd you do? He's hitting all the buttons. Call now for your free reading. 1-866-HV-PREP-1. Pardon me. We already have our first caller of the evening, and I am not prepared for it.
Incoming call from your A.
Good evening. Welcome to the Hudson Valley Hotline. What's your name? Where are you calling from, caller?
Hey, Mike. You know who this is.
Eric.
It's Eric N1RV. How we doing?
Good, man. How are you, Eric? Good to hear from you.
We're hanging in. And I'm just curious. I know you're busy with, your bathrooms and stuff. Which do I have a better chance of? If you come to help me finish off this bathroom, or me coming up there and you buying me a bacon cheeseburger with chili and a beer?
Bacon cheeseburger with chili and a beer. I would love to come help you with your bathroom, but right now I wish I had the time, brother. I wish I had the time, but I can definitely carve out a bacon chili cheeseburger, whatever I'll make them for you myself.
Sounds like a plan. We'll work that out later, brother. Hey, enjoy. Love you guys. We'll catch you later.
Thank you, Eric. Have a great night. Eric N1RV, everybody. Eric. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you. Eric is the official sponsor of Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival.
I think Rob from Florida gave him a run for his money. It was a hostile takeover.
Well,
he showed up. He started throwing money around. Bought the election.
We have a new. Can we click on something real quick? We have a new sponsor, guys, for Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Prepper-Co is one of our newest affiliates. Prepper Co has everything preparedness, from thermal optics to hand well pumps to battery banks to first aid kits to body armor, bulletproof vests. Some of the stuff you can't have. You need to know the laws of your own state. Here in New Yorkistan, I can't have that stuff, but the rest around the world, you guys can. Prepperco.com. Check them out. There should be an affiliate link in the description section. If there's not, I know there's one in the description section from
there's
the
a link
Four
in the
Horsemen
comments,
last night. Yeah, but that's not the affiliate. That'll take them to the website, but we would get absolutely no affiliate credit, and I can't give them the 5% off.
Well, hell with this message, then. Don't go click that shit.
No, definitely go check them out. If you get into something and you're going to buy something and there's a box where you could comment or something like that, just tell them that you heard it here first. Prepper-Co. Tell Prepper-Co to make a 400-foot well kit. Well, I bet if you reach out to them, they're great guys. They will go out of their way to make sure that they can get what you need. But this is not
is that
Prepper.
Link here?
That is not yet. This is the Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival website.
Fuck your website.
That is,
man.
yeah.
Prepperco.com, but
yeah. Prepper-Co.com. Great guys, man. I've been chatting with them personally, and they're going to send us some gear to test out.
Now, CO, is that Colorado by any chance?
Prepper Company, but they put the dash in there.
Rolls off the tongue. It's a good choice.
Yeah, no. Great guys. And I want to thank Prepping with Sarge, who actually turned me on to these guys, and he said, hey, man, I had this company reach out to me. Take a look. Tell me what you think. You're really into the preparedness stuff. So is any of this stuff quality? I was like, well, yeah, everything here is quality. It looks like they're just getting started and yada, yada, yada. So they're up and comers, and I'll do what I can to support them. You know, seem like some really cool guys, family guys. So when you buy there, you're supporting, again, small local businesses. That's the goal. People own their own business, grow something from the ground up. Those are the people that I am and I want to support. So
people paid a lot of money to get this talk show going here.
yeah.
What's up?
1,
Everybody's
8, 6,
cat
6,
got your
HV,
tongue, does it?
Prep 1. Let it rip, Tater Chip. I can't believe we have not heard from Mike from Minnesota
Smash a
yet
beer,
tonight.
give us a call.
Mike from Minnesota, I hope you are warm and well, my friend, wherever you're at. Honestly, do appreciate hearing from Mike from Minnesota.
This is like the Iran war of super chats. We just like everybody paid lots of money and got a nothing. What's going on?
Nothing burger.
We got 14 minutes left. Rob from Florida's crafting his takeover speech. You're probably wondering why I've gathered you.
Yeah, he's trying to get it down to 5 to 7 minutes because he's heard about the clock.
Yep. We don't actually have the clock.
Well, wait, I do have the clock. I just don't have a clock.
It is what it is. But yeah, in the
Rob
meantime,
says, say his name 3 times in the mirror.
in the meantime, what's going on? Local news.
One second, Livingston man.
Not much.
Tiger 454 54 says, so Mike, I have a friend who has a ham license. He says you can connect with ham channels with Meshtastic comms. Is this possible? Yes, it is. There is a setting on your device where you can unencrypt all of the information and direct access the Meshtastic nodes with your ham radio. Ultimately,
But how does that work? They can't broadcast voice.
no.
Hello, Moto.
It's magic radio, Livingston man. We've got another caller.
Surveillance.
Incoming call.
Good evening. Thank you for calling the Hudson Valley Hotline. What's your name? Where are you calling from, caller?
Mike from Minnesota.
Mike from Minnesota.
Minnesota.
You guys started so late. I thought you did die. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting there. So I put this other show on, and then it was only 12 minutes. So I clicked on it there, and then you guys just came on. So I'm like, well, okay, I don't know how much I missed then.
Yeah, Wednesday didn't get me yet, Mike. Wednesday didn't get me yet. I've been ducking and dodging it, but
I don't think you
yet.
honestly. I don't.
Tuesday deal. That was really good.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Four Horsemen was really good last night.
No, but you did another one, I think, unless that was a Monday one. It looked like from your cell phone, like one of those
Too
video
soon to tell
shorts.
Tuesday.
But it was actually like an hour.
Oh yeah. One of my drives. I was on
You were going
material run
it
or
was
something.
one
Yeah.
You're going like get your son or something for Easter.
Yep.
All right, go back a ways already here.
Yeah, he did
You
the
know,
typical
so I
guy with a
watched that.
goatee and sunglasses in a truck. Yeah, he did that.
I catch you guys when I can.
Much appreciated, Mike. Thank you so much for being here. We really, really appreciate it. How's everything's out in Minnesota this evening?
Well, I'm working on it as usual. I'm getting ready for the garden, but this whole week is supposed to be very, very good chance of rain and definitely cool. And so I don't know when I'm going to get my garden started. Right now, it's like I'll probably buy, as I call it, half my garden. Go to the nursery, get little 6-packs.
Yep.
You know, because I don't have the time. I don't think, anyways. To and with cats, they're like always jumping on stuff, and they'll paw and then kill your seedlings, and things get weird after that. It's
What, Will? Did you say cats?
I have a greenhouse, but
Yeah.
it's after we had
What kind of
what do you
cats?
call like a derecho or something, pretty much, and it blew out half the windows
Oh no.
of the greenhouse.
Woof.
And so it's kind of hard to keep stuff in there with out stuff happening. You know, I'm definitely allergic to anything that stings. So if I do go in there, it's like I, just got to really watch it.
Stinks. Those derechos are terrible. When he's talking about straight line winds, It's like a tornado, but it's a big wall instead of a
Yeah.
funnel. I seen them
Yeah.
things lift trees off the ground, dude, and send them flying. They
Yeah,
hit the ground 20
they're-
feet away from where the stump
They're
was.
scary. They're scary. I've watched the
We got some.
wind turn white, and then the leaves and the debris and the branches and everything start going. It's definitely scary.
I saw a dust storm out here once coming back from the cities, which is the other end of the state. And if you opened up a book on the Great Dust Bowl, back in the 30s,
Yep.
that's what it looked like.
Wow.
And we had 70-mile-an-hour winds, and I had this teeny little red death trap that I just finally I told the wife, said, look, I'm pulling over. So I pulled over into a field drive, got off the road at that until a lot of that stuff passed. I mean, because you couldn't see, And what I noticed is when it did pass, I looked behind me, I backed up, got back to the highway. There was a whole bunch of cars way up ahead of me that were, there's car crashes.
Oh
And
no.
these people are doing 60 miles an hour, and you can't even see, 2 feet in front of you,
Wow.
which is insane. If you can't see, you don't drive. That's all,
Absolutely.
like driving in a whiteout. I done that once, 3 feet, 5 feet maybe, behind a semi-truck full of cattle. And because it was lit up like a Christmas tree,
Yeah,
the
you
gusts
could
were
kind of
so
follow
bad.
it.
I was driving my wife to work. The gusts were so bad that the truck right in front of me would disappear for like a couple seconds every now and then. You get these gusts from the north, and it was spooky.
Mike, what?
And then I'm like, okay, we finally get into town, but the truck's going its own way. I'm like, oh, man, but now I'm in town. So you got all these buildings around you, so it wasn't as bad. But
Mike, what part of Minnesota are you from? Are you upper peninsula or what?
what's that? West Central.
West Central? What's the nearest city? Maybe any I heard of. Like,
Okay. I'm west of Wilbur.
I'm trying to imagine just
And,
like your geographical location. Minnesota's a
around,
pretty big
where
state.
They got the college there. Where's the college in? I hardly ever go to that town because it's so far. Gas and all. But
So basically,
there's
like
this other one that's south of me.
you live in like the land of lakes, basically, isn't that what Minnesota is? Like the 1,000.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I some of those are probably cattle ponds.
Speaking my
And
language, I
they
know what
probably
that
count
is.
puddles too. And but no, land of lakes like way up north.
Okay,
It's like I never realized how big this state is.
yeah, that's why I was trying to kind of get a
and,
location on where you're at. I know Minnesota is actually kind of a really big state.
I'm east of Watertown, South Dakota. You know
Okay,
where that's at.
all right. I'm imagining the map of the United States right now. All right, I'm feeling you. So you get
Farm
super,
country.
Yeah, you
Farm
get
country.
super cold winters too, right? That northern vortex be hitting you.
That crap comes right off the prairies. A buddy of mine calls me Tundra Boy. He says I live on the tundra. And but we have had wolves out here before. It's very rare, but yeah, we've had wolves out here. A black bear was in my yard for about 3-4 days. I never saw him, but I could smell him like peeing all over my barbecue area in the backyard. I mean, when he pees, you know, it's a wild animal, like a big one. And it turned out a neighbor actually took his, he was in my neighbor's yard, and he took his cell phone and took a little video of him. And it was a young one, about 200 pounds maybe. You know.
People
Still
don't understand how
not
big
something-
wolves
There's a story
are.
about this bear. This bear
My bad.
somehow, and I think it had something to do sometime back. I don't know, heard about those giant forest fires they had in Canada recently.
Yep.
Well, the smoke was driving a lot of the animals way up north,
driving to the south. They were fleeing. They were trying to get away from the smoke. So anyways, this one bear, he's all the way in Watertown, for God's sake. You know, and there ain't no bears out there. And here he is. He walked, and I don't know over how much time, he went from this town along the highway, and I heard a couple neighbors talk about, yeah, I saw the bear and this, that, and the other. I go, yeah, he was living in my backyard, and probably I hope he was feeding off the apple trees at that time of the year. It was last year. So that way, at least he got some food for the road, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but keep on going. Keep on going.
And he did. He kept going east.
Wow.
And then I heard from one guy, he says, oh, yeah, it was in the paper. Somebody spotted him 30 miles from me. There's a town called Montevideo. Well, he was on the other side of that, still going east towards the cities. Holy cow, he was on a mission.
Wow. Yeah, headed for that big dumpster in the city. Quick shout out to Abby. Hi, Abby.
I had a name for him.
What are you gonna call him?
Jojo. The other buddy.
Jojo the bear buddy.
And then just put a collar out of it, tie him up to the pine tree out back, and I could just feed him goodies.
Amazing.
Once you rub their where they can't get at behind their ears, if you do like that, next thing you know they're laying on their back. They want you to do their tummy, and it's like he's your friend. That's it. Now you can't get rid of them.
If not friend, why friend shaped? I totally get it. Mike from Minnesota, so great to hear from you, my friend. I hope all is well. I hope you have a great week ahead and enjoy springtime. I hope it warms up for you soon, Mike.
Honest to goodness, I got to start looking at my seat catalogs. All right, I'll talk to you then.
Have a great night, Mike. Thank you so much for calling.
You too. You guys take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Mike from Minnesota, everybody. Thanks for calling in, Mike. It wouldn't be Wednesday without hearing from Mike from Minnesota. Abby says hello. K. Paul says hello, Abby. Everybody wants to say hello to Abby and the whole N1 RV family. Hi, guys. I hope we all are doing fantastic on this We All Gonna Die Wednesday. The phone lines are now clear. 1-866-HV-PREP-1 is the number to dial. It's free $99 for you to call in. I pulled some strings to make that happen. That cost $28 a month. Worth it to get 1-866-HV-PREP-1.
I'm pretty sure Rob from Florida just took care of the bill for you. There he is.
We have another call.
He's got receipts, and he's coming.
Incoming call.
Rob
Good
from Florida, what's up?
evening. Thank you for calling the Hudson Valley Hotline. What's your name? Where are you calling from, Corda?
Rob from Florida.
My brother, what is
Rob
good?
from Florida.
We have been waiting. He spread a bunch
Patiently.
of
Thank you for-
simoleons around. He bought the live stream. He's like, brother, nobody just drops it that hard
Rob,
without something to say.
Welcome to the Rob from Florida show. I'm going to turn my mic off now and turn it over to Rob from Florida.
No, I have honest questions.
We gotta get him his own theme song.
Okay.
Florida
He
man.
he's come for the banter.
Yeah, I love it. So, obviously everything's crazy now. Ceasefire and all that stuff. We talked about that earlier. You guys talked about it earlier.
Word.
And you can pretty much set you can set your clock to the ceasefire from the time the ceasefire starts to when Israel bombs itself, in my opinion, not fact, to prolong this travesty or whatever you want to call it, this war that's going on. I don't agree with it. I think it's all garbage. It's political propaganda at this point. It's like a show. We're just not in the know enough
and it's a big movie, and we're just watching it, in my opinion. What's your take on that?
I would strongly share that sentiment. It's a level of propaganda that is like it's so good and advanced that it suffers from being so obvious. Where you're like, yeah, you know what, like, I don't know, man, it's like, because like we had discussed earlier, like, we've been lied to and misinformed before. So it's hard to be like, nah, they definitely telling the truth about this one, bro. You know what I mean? I agree with you on that. It's personally for me, it's borderline boring. It's like this again, the weapons of mass destruction again. Really, just gonna pull that out like some people did probably forget, but some other people did not. I'll stand by your statement.
You heard what I said earlier, bro. I am 100% that this is all could be just theater, right? That there was no peace deal. This is just re-upping the things. It could be there's so much propaganda out there. There's so much fog of war. It's so thick and laid in with the propaganda and the fake news and the people literally making up fake news stories for clicks. Fake videos on YouTube, fake everything. It's so hard to separate the truth from reality right now, and I think they're using that to their advantage. So that's my 2 cents, I guess. It could all be fake.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree wholeheartedly when it comes to that kind of thing, as far as the fog of war and the media manipulation of everything that we see and hear. I mean, it's only through a few different, people that are willing to actually go through it and go to, like, say, Tel Aviv or go to Iran and take that risk, that we're actually seeing the truth. But then they immediately get doxxed and everything is out there for them to be completely, exploited, and then they're manipulated, and everything that they said is, oh, well, no, it's not true. And so, it's like you said, it's, it's you either believe what they're shoving down our throats, or you believe nothing at all, and you're not allowed to believe this other guy over here because he's lying. We're telling the truth. So it's absolute propaganda at this point. And, these people we are force-fed this stuff. And, we look at other countries, for instance, China and even Russia or North Korea and stuff like that. And, some people say it's like, oh, it's a great place to live. Well, yeah, for some people, but not for everyone. Not for the people that live there. Not the regular. So, you put yourself in their shoes for a little bit. Put yourself in a position where you're not familiar with, where you're not in a first world country where you can just stream and whatever. And that's why I see a lot of these posts and these videos of these people that are just argumentative and protesting all these things. And I'm like, well, all right, well, put yourself in their position. Would you like to be in that country versus this country?
Well,
I mean, honestly,
I'll tell you what, though, is that in other countries, the reason that, like, their protests and stuff work out is, like, the United States has 330 million people. If you somehow manage to get 3 million people to come out for your protest, that's still only 10% of the entire, and you're going to get less than that. So
1%.
Yeah, I was about to correct myself there and say 1%. But still, that's 1%. And we're in these other smaller, especially European countries and stuff, when they freak out and they riot in the streets of France and protest, they refuse to pick up the garbage, pull secessio plebis. It works because the population is so much lower that the percentage of people is denser in terms of protesting.
Oh, okay.
In America,
I see what you're saying. Like there's 42 million people there. They only need 2 million people to be pissed off and everything will change.
Exactly.
I get it.
In America, protest in general is so diluted that it becomes laughed at, even when the cause is noble. The idea, okay, this might be a little insidious. The idea of these no kings protests is noble and let's call it righteous or whatever, but its logic is flawed and its messaging is stupid.
Did you see that they had called for secessio plebis?
As you do.
Every group that I've seen come up is now bringing up that topic of conversation.
It is a purely nonviolent protest that actually you don't do anything. Quite literally.
Yeah. Well, I figured that people were so complacent and so fucking comfortable that if you just asked them to stay in their living room for a couple of months and we could really enact change, maybe they would do nothing, because you can't get people to do fucking anything, but maybe I could get them to do absolutely fucking nothing.
Unfortunately, I think you might find that you can't even get them to do nothing.
Yeah. Well, see, the problem with a movement like this is it will not be allowed to gain traction, right?
No, it comes right out of your pocket. You're responsible for it because you're going to step away from society means that's what you're going to do. You're stepping away. You're making a statement here and it's going to hurt because you got to forego your income. You got to catch hate. You could get fired. This, but we saw when they started handing down edicts during the CVID era.
The more that people stood together,
they tried to get harsher and harsher and harsher about us. We said, no, that's enough. Fuck you. And we're not doing it.
And it all got rolled back in the end.
So
right?
When you stand your ground, it works, but you have to stand your ground.
You also have to stand on noble ground, right?
Exactly.
You can't just say, hey, we're not working anymore and not tell them why.
It's not about throwing bricks and lighting fires.
And what change you actually want to happen from this. We are not working until these things are discussed, voted upon, and we enact some real change.
And now that conversation is going to be what will bog down the so-called movement.
Correct.
Because there are so many grievances. That is the tell.
Yes, of why it's going to be so hard to do this.
But it's the tell of society. And there's your litmus test, is because so many different segments of society all have overlapping and in some places contrasting
views. Values,
but what
religious beliefs.
We all, whoever all of us are, agree is that this needs to change.
It ain't working no more.
It's a dialogue that should happen. And I believe that it's written into the Constitution or Declaration, some founding fathers bullshit that those of us that can't read cursive can't even read. It says that you are duty bound to reject and replace a government that does not represent the will of the people. If you feel represented, seen, heard, validated by the ruling class, hit one in the chat, please.
Yeah, if you feel ignored or turned away by your government or actually kind of upset with them, put a zero
you feel
in the chat.
Just disregarded, like you actually don't matter except for what you pay in taxes.
Yeah, that's your zero in the chat. If you feel like they represent you and they're doing your will and whatnot, give it a 1. Rob, what are your thoughts?
I'm absolutely at a 0. I don't feel represented at all.
I don't see a 1.
My wife and I have even talked about not even, and knowing full well that, it's our civic duty to vote in every election, whether it be local or federal or whatever. We're even mulling over the idea of not even voting because we don't feel, at this point in time, everything that we thought we voted for, there are some things that have come to pass, but I mean, not everything, and not most things. Honestly, there's a couple of things for sure. The border, 100%. I'm all about it. They did a great job on that, but it's a tricky thing when you come into terms with your own moral obligation to not only yourself but the community around you and see how it impacts that. It almost like you look at your community and say, well, is my community any better? Is, are the prices better than they were? No, but does it take time? Yeah, absolutely. I understand that. I understand that it takes time. But I would say that, there's a lot of things that are still at this point in time, even, we're coming up, 8 months, 6 months or whatever it is until the midterm elections. And I'm still on the fence as far as who or if I'm voting, just because I don't see in my area anyway, as far as local elections, a representative that would be able to represent the will of the people, because I really don't feel like the will of the people is being represented, whether it be in Congress, the Senate, even the House, the presidency. In some cases, there's a lot of things that are just they're not representing the people the way that the people, I feel like, want them to represent us. And maybe it's just me and my own opinion, but I mean,
I bet you it's not.
we largely voted for this president and the Senate and the House and all that, and they're really not doing a good job as far as handling their majority and doing things the way that they said that they would do. And in my opinion, and Chad can blow me up. I mean, disagree if you want to, but I mean, that's just my opinion. I feel like I'm not being represented at all, whether it be locally, federally, or at the highest state. I don't feel represented at all. Again, like I said before, there's a couple instances where, yes, those are things that I voted for, but largely, no. I'm a hard pass on a lot of these things that are going on. But here again, that's my opinion. But
Now,
I do have a few more questions.
K. Paul brings up a valid point that I wanted to touch on here real quick, Rob. Is K. Paul says
Sure.
the Republican Party is going to lose the House and Senate. Again, we find ourselves trapped in this lesser of two evils system, right? Do we want late-term abortions? Do we want all of this stuff to be enacted and written into law?
It's not a thing.
So that's the way they spin it, right? That's how they're going to sell everything. Is everybody's the most volatile of issues, put it on the table, because that's all there is anymore is polarizing headlines, and you have to say the craziest, wildest thing to get the most attention, to get the most notoriety, so when people look at that piece of paper, they recognize your name on the list.
Well, no,
say their name,
No,
right?
you say the other guy's name in the worst possible horrible context. You don't even say your own name. They're like,
No.
They're
You
like,
never,
what's your
you
name?
never say the opponent's name.
You say it all the time, but in the worst possible. They're like, what's your name? It's not my opponent. I can tell you that. What do you stand for? Not what my opponent does. I can tell you that. He's a real piece of shit. What are you going to do? I'm going to tell you how big of a piece of shit the other guy is. And correct me if I'm wrong, but have you ever heard an election campaign commercial? That's all they do. They don't tell you
Not
what they're
endorsed
going to
by
do.
any political candidate.
Yeah, but some fucking APAC or some what do they call them things? The political funding.
You said
bullshit.
the defund this live stream word.
There's a lot of talk about. So I absolutely agree with Rob. I also do not. I don't think anybody who's not in the Epstein class feels represented, seen, heard, validated by their rulers at this point. I propose.
They're rulers. They're public servants, and we need to make them feel that way again.
And everywhere you look, down right from the White House down to the school board, they act like they better than you. Here's what I propose. If you are elected to public office, whether it's they somehow elected you to be the janitor of the school board meetings, or you got elected to be president of the United States, the campaign promises that you make on the trail are a contract with America. binding.
Yeah, you breach that contract and say a lot of it.
Impeachment and or removal.
Well, see, the problem is some states have recall
Because
elections.
breach of contract
some
is
places
illegal.
don't, right?
Because this hogwash of and they're all doing it.
Hey,
this
I know.
hogwash of let's go out there, tell them everything they want to hear, and when I get the votes, I'll do whatever the fuck I want. That system's got to stop, and they all do it. They all do it, from the school board to the White House. It's about power, control, a better paycheck, and self-enrichment. There's of the 535 members of Congress, maybe there's like 2 of them that are there to civically serve. The rest of them are there to line their fucking pockets and write a book and make more money when they're done. One in the chat if I'm wrong.
Rob, I know you have a couple questions, and it's getting late, so I definitely want you to get to them. What do you got for us, brother?
I don't see any ones.
No, I'm Lou. I'm with you on that. I think that Republican, Democrat, Independent, obscure, whatever, it doesn't matter. Everybody is corrupt, in my opinion. You can't trust anyone at this point in time. And as preppers, we're not supposed to, right? I trust you based on your validation to me. Prove me wrong. Tell me I'm right. Please prove me wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong by showing me that you can actually do what you say you're going to do. But
yeah,
you should be required
definitely agree
to,
with you, Lou, on that.
or at least try. Like, I'm not saying like, sometimes maybe legislation can't get passed, but if you're showing in good faith that you're working towards the things you told the people you elected you were going to do, that's enough. But if it's shown that you are blatantly acting against every single fucking thing you said you were going to do, you got to get out of here. That's not the job you got hired for. And that's what everybody in an elected position needs to be reminded of. We chose you to do a job.
When a lot of the new people, the new cabinet was there. I mean, Bongino was there, and he flipped script, and a
bunch of podcasters. They might as well have put me in the cabinet.
They all did it, and I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, that's what it is. When you get into that position, then you flip script and you follow orders, and that's what it is. And it's orders from someone that is way above everyone else that is elected, and they're following a routine, they're following orders, and we don't know who those orders are coming from, and we'll never know. But
true story.
At the end of the day, all I can take solace is in what I have here at home, and in my local area. And I'll dig back into the community that I've built around me, because that I feel is the most important. Because if you can't count on government, you can count on the people around you. So,
amen,
that
bro.
being said,
in preparedness we trust.
And away from.
They'll tell you that they can't come and
you
save you, and then they will come and try to stop you. I'll tell you a story about how government works. Here's a story how government works. All right, so I came home from work one time, and I seen a suspicious truck parked in my driveway, and I seen dudes like creeping around my shed. Called the local police department, and I said, there's suspicious dudes creeping around my shed. They're like, we can't do nothing. Hold tight. I waited 5 minutes. I called them back. I said, I shot them dudes that was creeping around my shed. Full, complete police response. 15 cars, a helicopter, an APC, all of it showed up. And they busted the dudes creeping around my shed, and they said, I thought you shot him. I said, I thought you said nobody was available. They'll tell you they're not coming to save you, but they will try to come stop you.
True story. Scott Hummer, good to see you, my friend.
Yep, that's a fact, dude. I believe that.
Robbie, we got about 5 minutes left. You got a question, my friend?
All right, so not a question, just a couple of things that I've been thinking about. It's been mulling over my brain the last couple of days, and just kind of switching gears into the prepping aspect when it comes to, your whatever your bug out scenario or whatever it is. You know, a lot of people have a lot of resources or have a lot of things. They don't necessarily know how to use them or how to keep them up. I think that obviously, you know, we've gone over this in the past, but cycling your preps, that's key. But more so is training to use your preps, like knowing, like you guys alluded to before, and you guys were talking about your first aid CPR AED course that you guys are going to be going on, and congratulations to Southern Tier Prepper on the win on that for the rock paper scissors. But
it doesn't get more fair than a good old fashioned rock paper scissors, bro. We should have presidential elections set up like that.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. But you know, having all of those things doesn't necessarily save you if you don't know how to use them.
Correct.
So I believe that training is, you know, having everything is great, but the training is the most important, and knowing the people in your area that have that training and are willing to share their knowledge is very important. Medicine, if you have an ailment or anything like that, or you have a kid with an ailment or anything like that, medicine should be one of the top priorities in your prep area. Like anything that you're prepping, you should be prepping triple for your medicine. If you have someone with an ailment, whether it be asthma or anything of the other, something that is chronic, those things need to be prepped up heavily, because if they say 6 weeks, you can just imagine it's going to be 6 months. Because we all remember COVID in New York. It was 2 weeks to slow the spread, and it was, 3.5, 4 months?
We just got the new one. We just get, what is it? Is it 2 weeks
in their car by themselves,
2 weeks to cease the fire?
just
right?
trying to slow the spread.
It's 2 weeks to cease the fire. We got a new one. New Fauci bullshit
That's
just
what
dropped.
I'm saying, and that's kind of what I was alluding to, is 2 weeks to cease the fire. It's the same as this war. It's the same thing. It's just it's
new scare
it's
tactic.
never been about this one thing. It's always been about money. Never about this one thing. It's always about money. And as soon as people start wrapping their heads around the fact that it's not about you, it's not about Iran, it's not about Israel, it's about money. It's all about money. That's all it is.
Totally.
And the more that they have, the better they are off. And the less that you have, the better that they are off.
Because now they have control.
Yeah.
That's what, dangle it in front of you.
Is that the ultimate? Yeah,
they can dangle it in front of you and make you dance, and you know. Yeah,
and here brings my, we'll call it. How much time I got, Mike? I don't know.
We're 24 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Give me the abridged version.
Sorry, I got one more before the final thought. How about that?
Okay.
So.
Well, it's 4:20. What do you know? Shit.
Oh, look at that. So I don't know if it was Lou or it was somebody in the chat that said that they were going to go to a place, sit on their porch, drink coffee, and watch the world on fire. I think Mike said that, but I think it was in the chat.
It was in the chat.
Yep.
Doing nothing and only prepping for yourself doesn't help everyone. It doesn't really help yourself, because you can't do it alone. So you can sit on your porch, but how long can you sit on your porch?
Yeah.
Before someone comes and tries to take your porch. You have to have
somebody's
going to
die on my porch. I don't know who, but it's gonna happen.
I mean, it's either going to be me or somebody else. But I get you on that. I'm I'm with you on that.
I do understand your point, though. Is that like, what's it all for? Are you gonna just die for your fucking porch, or are you gonna like try to, do something, anything about the situation? I feel you.
Exactly, and I mean, I think Livingston, man. I think I've spoke with you on this. When we've talked about, if you're gonna do something, you do something in your local elections. If you're not gonna do shit, then shut up. Like if you're not gonna run for your local office, then you're not gonna do anything. Then shut up. You don't have a right to speak if you're not really running for local election. If you really want to see change in your local government, then you'll run for elections and see that change and be that change in your local government. But no one wants to do that shit because
politics
that lets
suck,
skeletons
man.
out of the closet, and a lot of us have those.
Politics
So-
suck.
And we don't.
He's totally right here.
I'm just saying.
You got to, if there is a lack of an example, then set one.
100%.
If you feel your voice isn't being heard, then go make it heard. And you may find that there are other people who feel the same way, but maybe they've been waiting for somebody else to step up and say what they was thinking.
Exactly. And that's the thing is not everybody has the balls to stand up, especially nowadays. Everybody's behind their phones and they got, they're keyboard warriors. Nobody has the balls to actually stand up and actually defend themselves or defend what they believe anymore. They're just TikTok warriors and keyboard, Instagram, all that bullshit. Nobody has the balls to actually stand up and say, this is what I believe and this is what I'm standing on. And this is who I am, and if you don't like me, I don't give a shit. This is what I believe.
There's very few people that have the balls to even test out their survival gear for a weekend. All right, so the keyboard warrior number, I'm sure, is much higher than we give them credit for.
No, and you're not wrong. And I believe that the great lie that we have right now is that we are free. We're not. Go to the store tomorrow and tell me you're free.
Yeah.
How much are you paying in taxes?
Yeah.
We threw the whole revolution started over a 2% tax on tea.
Yeah, breakfast beverage, yeah.
You know how much you're paying on the regular for taxes? You're taxed on your income.
Listen.
That's the money that you make. You're taxed on your house, whether you own it or not.
You're basically taxed.
You're taxed on your car.
To use.
You're taxed on
and
every
or make
single
money.
thing. Every single thing that you have in your possession, you've been taxed on at least twice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we overthrew a government for taxing us 2% on one product.
Yes, sir.
Well, there were certain intolerable acts that they also
I'm not saying
committed.
that we need a new revolution. All I'm saying is that some people need a silver lining, and an eye opener. And if this ain't it, I don't know what is. You're taxed out the ass on everything.
Cigar Girl says Woodrow Wilson.
At minimum.
Woodrow Wilson.
At minimum, you're paying 40% a year on everything that you own, everything that you pay for.
Oh, yeah. It's
40%
ridiculous.
of your money that you pay for is taxed.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And if you live in like New York City or something, that number is closer to like 55%, right? They're gouging us.
Yeah, closer to 60.
There's a death tax in New York State now. So if we all gonna die Wednesday, then you got to pay some tax on that. Sorry, bro. There's an inheritance tax, and there's all this other stuff too. Like you thought you had everything set, and then you died in New York, and I'm sorry about that.
Are you feeling? Do you feel the clarity I was talking about? Do you see just how actually
this is the weary death, Livingston, man.
When you finally see the rotten, termite infested structure that has been caulked and patched to the point of no return. And you look at it and you finally just say to yourself, no, this whole thing needs to be replaced.
Cigar Girl says that Woodrow Wilson gave control to the Federal Reserve. So there's your scapegoat.
Well, I wasn't sure why she mentioned Woodrow Wilson.
I totally,
James Knox
Cigar
Polk,
Girl,
am I right?
I totally get it.
Wow.
That is the root cause of all of the financial evil we see in the world right now is the Federal Reserve.
And at what point in history was Mr. Woodrow Wilson in power? World War I.
Wouldn't you know?
What
Ladies
happened
and
2
gentlemen,
years before World War I?
I want to
The
thank
Titanic sank.
all of the callers that called in tonight, especially you, Rob from Florida. Thank you so much again for calling in tonight. It is officially 9 p.m. and a friend of the channel, Rural 2 IC, is going live right now. If there's any moderators left in here who know how to share a link, if you could please share a link to Rural 2 IC's channel. He will be live for the next hour with his workshop Wednesdays. Highly encourage everybody to hop on over there and check it out as soon as you get a chance. I appreciate y'all being here with us on this We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Livingston, man, could you do me a favor before we go? Could you roll that beautiful bean footage?
And I'll tell you what else. As a New York mobster might say, get the fuck out of here.